special?
Like after high school, you know, I went to Trenton High, so I was doing like T-shirts and headbands to kind of make money.
Was you with the airbrush days back in the day?
No, I was actually like hand painting
I
everything.
say,
No,
you've been in the game grinding for a minute.
No, I was just doing hand painting everything,
okay.
and then I moved to Queens, to New York.
Shout out to Queens. That's
yeah.
like my second home. Shout out to Queens.
I went to college out there, and actually Midtown Manhattan at FIT. And as like, you know, just kind of seeing everybody kind of come into their own, doing their own thing, I was like, you know, at some point I was like, I'm gonna start customizing sneakers. At that time, you know, Fab and his videos with all the custom Air Force Ones, it was big. It was like, where did they get these kicks from? I've never seen them in stores.
Exactly.
So I just kind of started playing around with it in my studio in Queens, and then I think a few years later, maybe like 2009, 2008, from doing like sneaker shows, sneaker battles, and stuff like that all around New York, people started to take notice to who I was, because I was like the new kid on the block for a very long time, you know. And I don't know, everything is a process, you know. You could put in 10 years of work, and then one moment to change the rest of your life, you know. You just kind of have to keep at it. So I think that like this has probably been like, this last year and a half has probably been the best year and a half like of my life. Is like crazy.
Really? Really?
Before we get into like people noticing your art, I want to touch on you being in sneaker battles. Like break that down.
Yeah. What is that like? I was about to say,
I've never heard anything.
I like that.
So like years ago when Footmaster Flex used to have the car and bike show,
right?
There were like different categories. So it'll be like best Air Force One collection, best Jordan collection, and it was always like best custom sneakers. So at that time of doing the shows, I was usually a lot of times I was usually the only female taking part in the custom sneaker battles. So I create these extravagant like displays. Like I remember one time like having these dunks that I customized with like a fish scale coral reef type of thing, and I actually have a Siamese fighting fish in these tanks that I brought to the show.
Wait, you brought the fish?
I brought
with
the
you?
fish.
Oh no, you different.
Shit.
I mean, I figure, you know, being a new kid on the block, I had to do it big, like, you know. So, and you was going to see like 9 times out of 10 the most popular up and coming artists, like rap artists at the time. So yeah, like I mean, they just pick these categories, judges go around and take a look at it, and it was like a big thing. Even if you didn't win, it was pretty major. And then from there, I did a few trade shows where I was competing, and I'd get trophies and stuff like that. So that was nice.
Oh, so you got some accolades
I
out there.
okay.
I
got a few things.
Time, money. Okay. All right. You coming up with fish to the functions and shit. Okay. Not fried and died. All right. I like that. Okay. When you said it's people noticing your art, and it's kind of interesting because I noticed your art before I came across you. Like I saw your piece on FSR.
Which piece was it?
It's one of her
Was it the Wu-Tang one?
Yeah,
yeah.
That's what it was. Because you sent it to me.
Right.
Okay.
So I noticed that before I came across, you know, who you were. So how did you were able to facilitate that move to have your piece on the show?
You know, doing the meeting along some good people along the way, they keep me in mind for things. You know, because I always say, like, if you leave a good impression on people, you may not be right now, but time may go by and you be like, remember that girl that we met that does sneakers and stuff like that? Hit her up, like she was pretty dope. And actually, that's actually how that came about. Somebody who was kind of coordinating the stage for the show reached out to me. Was like, listen, I remember you doing sneaker art. What do you think? And I was like, yo, I got a Wu piece that'd be crazy for that. And I actually had 2 pieces. So one of which I sold, and one I'm actually trying to get to Method Man right now. So make sure y'all be tagging him in that.
We gonna tag him on this. We definitely gonna tag him on this. Everybody tag Method in this. Everybody tag. So what was that feeling like when you realized like people noticed that piece and you realized like people actually want that? What was that moment like?
That was crazy because now I have people coming up to me like, yo, they may not even know me, but you that Woo girl, the girl that did the Woo piece. And I'm like, I don't care what you can call me, sneaker girl. You can call me, it don't even matter. Like the art resonates with you. So you know, so it's nice that people notice that. So I've had people travel to different places and be like, this art reminds me of you, and just send it to my DM. I'm like, yo, how dope is that? That reminds you of me and what I do. So I mean, it's been kind of like crazy for people just to kind of really notice what you do. And to some, this is the first time they've ever seen anything like this. And I tell people, I'm not the only person that's cut up sneakers before.
To see it this way.
But to see it this way is a little different. So
that's fire.